All right. The IWAR Gold Strategy Workshop is back. And well boy, this is gonna be a fun one because we can't drop 26s again, right? They can't do it the same exact, like right afterwards.
They can do what they want, but
Johnny B's like, I'll do what I want, see? Yeah. Picture him. I picture
there's emails with decisions like that,
Johnny B's kind of
and
like
they don't
Jimmy
want
Jonah
to
Jameson,
do
you
it.
know. That IWAR is a menace. All right. Oh, shush cat.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. 26s really hurt last cycle because I was under the impression, based on the last several years, that
as Tommy DeVito would
two
say.
was such a surprise that a third couldn't possibly happen, but it did. Um, so at this point, I would assume something's completely changed, or we're
Yeah.
gonna now get to have a nice long stretch of no 26s. I'll probably not use them and just accept it if it hits anytime soon, but we won't have to worry about that for at least a few cycles before it's even an option again. So
Well, it is makes for a tough cycle when that happens.
yep,
But, I'm gonna make sure that we bounce back. We're gonna have a big cycle, folks. Everyone gets 501s. There you go.
yep. It's been 2 or 3 cycles in gold since I've had one, so that was my longest drought of the year.
Oh,
At the end, right at the end,
yeah.
but that's all right. Means I'm due now. All right. So here's what we know. We first know on the back,
Mm.
90 was a 44.
Yep.
So we get hold 90 right here. And what that does, the 16 backs go down to 8 automatically just from it. So not a
Nice.
bad start.
Yeah.
Um, the 14, 15 for where our previous 45s go.
Yeah.
That's the trickier one right now because oh, hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Excel just froze. There we go. All right, we're back.
Oh, Excel.
Okay. So you see, we've had 2 in a row where it's went the right way with the 145 that was a 44 the previous cycle hit 44 again.
Yeah.
Uh, done that 2 in a row. Typically, 2 was kind of what it was supposed to be for a while, and then we've had these 2 longer stretches.
Yeah.
So I think you're kind of in a 50-50 type situation there because
Welcome to the non-PPF 501.
right, it's a definite possibility this cycle that as you wanted your 501, but about half the people that get one are going to be disappointed with theirs.
That's right.
So
My last 501 got me nothing
um,
anyways.
a lot of mine don't.
I'm
So
not bitter.
I mean, my last 501 was last cycle, and it got me an unknown wrestler title that gets nothing.
Oh,
So, yeah. Oh well.
all right.
But
So 14, 15 is gonna be like a coin flip,
mhm,
essentially.
yeah, and usually I'll leave it at the 1-2 like this, um, because yeah, it's just you're guessing at this point. So
Right.
just do that. But if you want to flip it, you've got just as good of chances as what I just said. There's not a lot of logic into which way it's going to go right now. Yeah, like you see here with the 1-2, 2 in a row, 2 in a row. It had a nice stretch there.
Mm. Yeah.
It's nice stretch here. So it's just these longer stretches have started occurring across the board a little more that make me a little less um, confident that it would be the other way around. So yeah, that's the way I'd go with that. You're going to use the same two holds no matter what, but yeah, when it comes to the report hits, you definitely have to get this right to have a chance. All right. So then that takes us down to 41s or 42s. A little trickier this cycle than last, but that is one thing. So we completely missed the 26s last cycle. We got this perfectly right.
Aha.
We went with, like I said, the logic of if it was a mix between the first two feds, with one being a 41, one being a 42, we had, I think it was what, 5 instances in a row where it made gold a 41. So it did it again this cycle, 41, 42. I'm just going to stick with the 41s then until that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like I said, take the points. 41s
Mm-hmm.
are going to give you a positive score, so go with it.
Yeah. The problem is it's been a while since 3 cycles in a row had a 41 in gold, but that was also true in iron. So, uh, new year, it might be that we're getting a bit of a change. That's one of the things I've said. I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more of a mixture between the two, but
Yeah.
uh, we will see. But I'm going to go with the 41, just because, like I said, when you look at how a cycle starts and you go back since
Yeah.
this started about, when was that? Right here. What's that? About a year, a little over a year ago, year and a half ago. That's just what it's been doing. So,
Yeah.
in worst case, I get a 42, so I can live with that. But
Mhm.
what that would then do is give you 4 back options. So you got your 90, you got your 45s, and you got one of the 41s. So we're down to 4. So the 43s, a little trickier.
Right.
But you see, it's pretty common that the weaker one gets to go multiple in a row.
Yeah. And also, I've always noticed that, or I maybe I'm imagining in my head, but like when 90 is the obvious choice, it's like 43-2 is the, kind of
Yep.
like, well, you went with an obvious one. Here's less obvious.
Yeah. I think it's probably like a 65-35 that is accurate, and that's good enough. So
Old
if we look at the 43s, so 73 would be the weaker of the two. As you see, 83 has had a really good stretch that you don't see outside of 90 very often. Looks like 61 did it once here.
Yeah. So you know what that means? Do.
Yep.
Or not. That's
Yeah.
the other way.
I'm going to probably go with the weaker one. But if I had a few more strats, don't rule out 83. But I'd
Yeah.
like 73 over 83 if I only had a few. Just for those few reasons. They're not great reasons, but they're good reasons.
All right.
But
Well,
that's the back. That's what I'm thinking on the back.
yeah.
I don't want to rule out either of the 41s because nothing, like I said, we don't have a lot of instances of the 3 in a row. When we did, it was the same here. And that was about it since this little tracking started. So if I'm going with the 41, both are as likely.
Right.
All right. So that's where we'll leave the back. 4 options. The front, we can rule out 29-26 because that was Iron's drop.
Yeah.
We can rule out 27s because that just happened in Still. And 27-26 was 2 cycles ago in Gold, and 26s was last.
Good. Good.
Uh, these 4, in red. That's
Mhm.
because they would have had hold 25 in them, so they're gone.
Yeah.
And then this combo 4 on 2928 was the 2 cycle ago drop, which we talked about, I think, last time, where it was. Let's see. I marked it here. So all the no's here are when that didn't happen. So it's happened just this one time in the last 26. And if you go back, I think it was 2 times in the last 50. So that's
Okay.
just
So
not
it's
going to happen.
patterns.
Yeah. So we mark that off. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. We got 12 fronts. So 12 fronts and 4 backs right now. So there's 48 options based on what we're going with here and here.
Nice.
Um, the 2 cycle ago 25s, we talked about where I thought it would probably be a no last, or no, wait. I thought it was going to be a yes last time and a no the time before to get the 2 in a row.
Right.
But when they saw the yes, I assumed, oh, there's just going to be 2 like here and not the third that we were seeing more often.
But now it's
But yeah, then we got the no. So a little bit of a different pattern.
yeah.
Um, I'm going to bank on that we'll get a little bit of a stretch again where it happens. So I'm going to go with the yes here. Doesn't really change much though, because you see
Yeah.
of the 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but it at least takes out a few options. So out of everything here, I think your 28, 27s, specifically these 3, are probably the weakest. And for 28, 26, these first 2. And basically all we're saying is hold 12 should be good. And looking at 12, it looks like a pretty good hold. You do see that, the few times it's hit, it typically will have a second 25 sometime soon, but I'm willing to bet against it this cycle. That's me though. Somebody else, you can think the opposite,
Yeah.
but it is an option that's valid. But I'm just going to lean towards the others that are highlighted in green from 1 to 2
What if I
cycles.
want to take double drops? I'll take them every cycle. Mer.
You can, and you'll do good. What, 3? Like I've said, 3
4 cycles
to
a year.
4. Yeah, 5 last year, right? No, wait. There's the 326s and 227s, right?
Yeah. No
So
28.
yeah, there was 5. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about that. That is highlighted in the green. It has now been 35 cycles. Let's see. I'm trying to remember, what was it last time.
The last double drop or last cycle
No,
was 26s.
28's when
Oh,
that last streak ended.
35,
It
I
ended
believe.
at,
36?
wasn't that? Yeah, it was 35.
Yeah.
So we are on the 35th cycle again. So
Bastard.
maybe that's a indicator. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I will use it on 1 or 2 probably. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
true.
here. It's going to happen soon, but could be this cycle. Could have been 10 ago. It could
Right.
be 10 from now. We just don't know.
Yeah.
But it's very valid. And the thing when you look at all these, um, hey, I was talking about hold 12. If you thought hold 12 was going to drop again, you can get it right here, and you still
Yeah.
have that one because it's got the 53 that we think. So
Right.
it kind of lines up a few ways. So if you want to lean towards what I'm saying, but also, you know, have that other side, it's the one that's sort of in between.
Sure.
Because the other side of the 2 ago, the 53, you see it's on majority here. Actually, yeah, it is. So, yeah. Let's see. Just trying to think of what's next.
Well,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 front if we roll out those 5.
yeah.
That's 28.
Oh, sorry, cat.
At that point, I think all those are pretty valid. And that's where it gets a little tougher. So what are we? The 2 cycles ago, 53 and 31. 53.
53.
Pretty
Uh,
pretty common when it misses to go on this little terrible streak. It
mm,
didn't last time, but yeah, the others
yeah.
it didn't look great. So yeah, that's a definite possibility.
And 31 could be the third time in a row, which it does seem like they kind of fall in love with it, or one of the holds because he had like the go-to.
Yep. So both of those look very possible because yeah, you're right. Threes are not quite as common as the twos, but they're not too far off.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, that strengthens a little more that I think we can go with it this cycle because both of those look like great possibilities.
Right.
So I think, yeah, I'm not sure which I like more. 28s are probably the most tempting.
Mm,
Then, hmm, then it's tough. I think it would either be 28, 26, or maybe the 29, 28. But I don't know what my reasoning is on not liking the 29, 27 because,
right.
yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, that's the part where you'll have to kind of think about the holds and just kind of go with which of them you like a little more. But
Right.
yeah, tough to narrow down at that point.
Well, we do have a special I don't want to call it first time segment or idea, but uh as far as we talk about the importance of seeing what happens in iron and steel. So a newer player named Leon sent over his strats for it and asking like, hey, what did you think? So I'm gonna pull this up.
So yeah, name his holds for me if you don't mind.
Yeah. Let me get it here. Let me find it on my phone here.
I'll mark here what he dropped, and then we can match over
Yeah.
it here and
Okay.
see.
So I'll definitely workshop. He's thinking about strategy. So he's not guaranteed. Um so 25, 46, 45, 22, 5, 31, 1, 8, 12, 10, 59, sorry, 59. And then it went 90, 73, 62, 67, 66. So that's what was his first kind of like suggestion.
Okay, that's one of the 4 backs we had. So you got the 90, the 73. You said he went with the order of the 1, 2 on 14, 15. So he had those,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had a 41. So yep, he went with some pretty straightforward logic on that one. His drop would have been 28, 27 as a 33, 53. Wait, no, is that right? Was
Oh,
it?
his drop would be a
Oh, did I tap this? I tapped one wrong. That should be 33.53. Let's fix that real quick. That actually turns that one green too, doesn't it? Not bad on that. 8, not 7. So, yeah. So he got one of the 4 backs we had out of this.
mm-hmm.
And he avoided. So the risk of him doing it early was that he may have picked one of the 2 drops eliminated by the first 2 feds, but he avoided that. And he got one of the 8 that we had here. So that's not bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like we always say, I think the biggest thing about doing your strats early, and I remember like years ago, Frank Snow would do his strategies right away and like mail them in. And I'd be like, you do right away? And sometimes he had success and it was like, yeah, you're just lucky sometimes. But I always feel like in the IWAR, you want to kind of go with as much information as you can get.
Mhm.
And that's why like seeing what iron and steel do. So for example, one of the biggest examples of this is when the IWAR does we call it the correction cycle or crazy drops where a 25-point hold goes down to 24 and a 24-point hold jumps up and it can be a little bit different. But uh if you didn't know that was coming, usually you see it in iron and steel first. So you know ahead of time in gold for sure, okay, here comes crazy cycle. And you can plan accordingly. Um, I want to say it was a cycle at the US belt with Adam Cash or something. I planned accordingly and lucked out on my strats. Um, but it really makes a difference to like know what you're dealing with. So um looking at this strat, just comparing notes, so to speak, like, okay, how do we do? I think it's pretty good for like writing it out without knowing iron and steel. That's a pretty good job.
Because again, like based on what had been happening on the backs at the beginning of the cycle, if I had to guess, I would have said it would have been 42s across the board.
Yeah.
But we saw the 41, then the 42, so that makes us go back to 41s as an option. But that at the beginning of the cycle, the way it's been going, that would be a complete guess too, just like the avoiding the drops. But
Right.
no. So he had limited information, but made the right guesses. So
Because you can get lucky in
I
this
would
game
say,
too.
yeah, I would say if he wants to hang on to that strat, it passed all the tests. So
That's the hour for you. Oh man. Well, that's been another fun, action-packed show. There's no real other questions that came through except for, of course, Darren asking about 28s.
I think we've talked enough about it.
Yeah, yeah, we covered that.
It's there,
Yeah,
and we're gonna have it soon. You're
yeah,
gonna you're probably gonna have so many in a league like the BRL that somebody will get nothing out of it with the 501.
absolutely. Yeah, that we had
It's
a rough
very
spot
possible.
like that. Yeah, way back. It was like 497, 498, blanked.
Yeah, I was there. I had some of those blank. So
All right. Well, any other tips to share?
no,
Don't double
I
your
think
hold.
it's yeah, yeah. No, I think that's it. So just double check. So I think it's really so 8 out of 12. So 2/3 have a 2 cycles ago 25 in it. So that's easily a lean towards that way, and then just think through those 8, which one you like.
Right.
Then on the back, we had to make a few tougher choices, but like I said, just based on how things have went, I feel like 41s are the slightly favorable compared to 42s. Um, Flip this if you want, but I'll just keep going with the straightforward the way it's been going.
Right.
And here, it's going to be tough to probably. That's probably the tougher ones for me to pick over here. So I
Mhm.
think I have 8 league title shots total in gold.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to keep all 4 of these and end up picking 2 of these. If I can pick that I like 2 of these 4 more, I'll probably put a third up here. But odds are it's going to end up me being 2 of these and 4 of these. And if I go 2 up here, I'll probably like take 2 here or 2 here.
Nice.
Those 28s will be tempting, but I might just skip them. I've done better the past 5 or 10 cycles when I just completely skipped it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's
yeah.
it's tempting.
Mm-hmm.
Can it go to 40? What is the
Yeah.
longest the holds never or combos never dropped? Do we know? Is it 35?
This only goes back. Well, that's tricky because like 28 up until it's like 2020, 2019, it almost never happened. So it was like once every 2 to 5 years if it did. Since it became I'm just looking for a large number. See, there's some 30s.
Yeah. So you have 31, 27.
So I got to the 30th cycle. See, that's the other thing. Diamond with the 28s, it's in the exact same position. It's like 2 cycles apart.
Uh-huh.
So it's got to happen this week. But I've thought that the past 2 or 3 cycles, and like I said, it's been some of my worst cycles because I kept talking myself into putting it on, half the wrestlers.
Yeah.
So I would do better if I just hadn't ever tried to use it. Not even seeing anything. Bronze has been pretty well mixed, and so has Jade. So
Well, there you
yeah,
have it.
it looks like 30s or about it, mid 30s. So it's going to happen soon. But we'll see.
All
I
right.
think that's it.
Well, it's all we can do right now. It's again,
Mhm.
we appreciate questions and answers. If we provide them, we try. But always send your questions, comment below, like and subscribe. Uh, if you're a newer player, watch the How to Win video. We are going to do a new one
We have to
soon.
win first, then we'll know how.
Soon. Yeah, right. So we'll get to it. But thanks again, Mike. I appreciate it. And remember, play the 24s. No one will see it coming. So, all right, we'll call it a week, call it a show. And Tubecast should be Tuesday night, recapping the results, if Alex is available. But I think we're good.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right. See you.
See you, man.